Manchester United remain, Elliot Anderson remains a strong target for Manchester United, and they have registered concrete interest. Nottingham Forest are informed of Manchester United's interest, and a fee in the region of 100 to 120 million pounds is still being demanded. Now, look, obviously, we may well expect that price to come down at some point in the future, but that is what it's going to take. That's what it's going to take for Manchester United to get hold of Elliot Anderson. And I saw this morning as well. I don't know where it's gone. I can't get that now. Where is it? 1 minute. It's really good, and I want to use it. Should be able to find it. So, yeah, I mean, let me go back to that. So, yeah, effectively, some people on the show last night were saying, why can't we do a deal in January? And I think the reason we can't do a deal in January is because Nottingham Forest are not going to let us do a deal in January. They're going to demand ridiculous money. And let's just be clear, Declan Rice did go for £100 million. Caicedo did go for £100 million. And if we want to blame anybody, then we need to blame them, Chelsea, Arsenal, because Nottingham Forest are not going to be wrong. You know, I was thinking about this. Like, there was a great comment last night. I don't care what it costs. We need to go and get Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson. We need to go and get Elliot Anderson because he's so good on the eye. Played very well against us. Has played very well for them for the last few months. He's starting for England. We'll probably see him on Thursday against Serbia. But secondary to that, he's also like completely what Manchester United need. Tenacious, brilliant on the pass, good at moving forward, does everything that we need and would slot into that Man United midfield and make it better instantaneously. But this is a really important update because there are some United fans who think, well, why don't we just go and spend the money in January? But we would be spending, I can't remember when Chelsea signed Enzo Fernandez in January, and I think he was £100 million as well. Or just about. King Walker says we should do whatever we can to get him. I don't care if it will take 100 million. I do actually. I mean, this is what I wanted to just get into. This is why I think it's such an interesting story this morning. I think 100 million pounds is way beyond our means. I don't think we will do it. I don't think we should do it. I don't think we can do it. And I think it's a problem because whilst I think he's a good player, I look at where Man United are at the moment, and we haven't got another £100 million to go and spend. When I look at Arsenal and they spent £100 million on Declan Rice, that wasn't their budget. They had more money to spend and they spent more money the summer before and more money the summer after. When I look at Chelsea, when they bought Caicedo, they bought Enzo, they bought Badiashile, they bought Mudryk, they bought all these players around that. I think if we go and spunk £100 million all over this deal, then that's it. That's the deal. And I don't like that sort of thing for two reasons. One, comes into Man United, doesn't do very well or gets injured. Or two, there's no more money to spend. We need more than one player. So I like the player. I do. But I just don't think we can go and spend that amount of money. I mean, you tell me, would you spend £100 million just on Elliot Anderson? I think it's too much money. I think it's way too much money, and I find it concerning. But what I will say is, because a lot of people are saying Forest can jog on, we're not paying that. They can't jog on because when you compare it to Declan Rice, there's not a lot of difference between Declan Rice and Elliot Anderson in relation to when Declan Rice left Arsenal. And if I was Nottingham Forest CEO and Man United knocked on the door and said, oh, come on, we're only going to give you 65 million, I'd say, oh, come on. Declan Rice was at West Ham playing for England and they got £100 million for him. Elliot Anderson is at Nottingham Forest playing in the Europa League. West Ham won the Conference League. Playing in the Europa League, playing for England, going to the World Cup, we want £100 million. So I think they've got every right to go for it, really. I don't know. This camera's getting on my bloody tits. Why is it now doing this? It's meant to be on autofocus. Piece of shit. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I've got to get used to it. Strange. It was perfect, but it's fine now. It's because I've moved the thing round and it's decided to be stupid.